Hey y'all, Dirk here, GC Blues 45. How you guys doing? Dirk here. And folks, first off, I want to say hello to Martin Kilcoyne that I met at the game. I gave him the YouTube channel. Hopefully you watch this, sir. Give you a shout out. And to any fans I talked to at the game, um, hello. Hopefully you guys subscribe. Um, I want to say this before I do this post-game report. Commissioner Bettman, if you get a chance to see this, the officials at tonight's game were pitiful. They called stuff that shouldn't have been called. Like in the first period, there was no high sticking. There was not even really high sticking. They just called it for the fun of it. Second off, Kairu's goal should have counted, and it didn't, and we're mad about that. And then the slashing call after the player lost his stick and got it back, that was BS also. So I want to say to Gary Bettman, fire these officials or suspend them because that should not have happened. The referees were biased. Literally, the officials were biased on on the on these on the Wild, and it should not even happen. I'm telling you, sir. Um, literally, and folks, if there's enough fans that complain about this, something will be done. So I'm urging all fans, and if you were at the game or you watched the game, you could tell how biased the officials were towards Minnesota, and I think it was pitiful. But I'll get to that when I get to my game. 9 games on the dock. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Vancouver at Tampa. Going into this matchup, Vancouver was 0-2 and 2 and 2 points. Tampa was 1-0 and 0 and 2 points. Um, delay home opener, and at the end of 60 minutes, the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Vancouver Canucks by a score of 4-1. Shots on goal were the Lightning 28, the Canucks 27. The Lightning had 26 saves with the Canucks 24. Tampa Bay was 0 for 5 on the power play with Vancouver 1 for 3 on the power play. Good fought game, I think it was pretty much all the way through. Uh, Tampa with their first home game since the hurricane hit. I'm glad that they were able to play it. Looks like they didn't get no damage in their arena, which is great. So, therefore, they earned that win. And way to go. Next was um, Vancouver at Washington. Entering the matchup, not Vancouver, Vegas at Washington. Entering the matchup, Vegas was 3-0-0 and 6 points, a perfect. And Washington was 0-1-0 and no points at the end of 60 minutes. The Washington Capitals beat the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 4-2. Shots on goal, the Caps 22, the Knights 26. The Caps had 24 saves with the Knights 18. Washington was 1 for 3 on the power play with Vegas 1 for 4 on the power play. Very good 2 points for Washington. They fought hard. They earned that win, believe it or not. I think they actually did, and therefore they should got it. Okay. Next was New Jersey at Carolina. Entering the matchup, New Jersey was 4-1-0 and 8 points. Carolina 0-1-0 and no points. At the end of 60 minutes, the Carolina Hurricanes beat the New Jersey Devils by a score of 4-2. Shots to goal, the Canes 31, the Devils 25. The Canes had 23 saves with the Devils 27. Carolina was 0 for 1 on the power play with New Jersey 1 for 3 on the power play. Once again, another hard fought battle. I think it was a good game all the way through. My buddy, he betted on this game. He said it was not even close. Um, and the the Devils just flat out didn't do it tonight. A good fought game between by Carolina. They earned the win. So next was Florida at Columbus. Entering the matchup, Florida was 20 with 2-0 and 4 points. Columbus 1-0 and 2 points. And folks, before the game, they honored Johnny Gaudreau. They hung up a banner in memory of him with his number on it. And I do want to send this out to the Gaudreau family, especially Johnny's wife. He was a great player, and I will actually do a video on Johnny Gaudreau relatively soon. I'll put on my Blue Jackets jersey, and I'll give you my thoughts on Johnny and his brother Matthew um, relatively soon. It's been overdue, and I want to do it. Um, at the end of 16 minutes, the Florida Panthers beat the Columbus Blue Jackets by a score of 4-3. The Panthers had 22 shots with the Blue Jackets 38. The Panthers had 35 saves with the Blue Jackets 18. Florida was 0 for 3 on the power play with Columbus 0 for 2 on the power play. This was a very fought game, very great. It looked good, in my opinion, especially in honor of Johnny. And you couldn't get no better than that. Next, my Blues against the Wild. Entering this matchup, the Wild were 1-0-2 and 4 points. The Blues 2-1-0 and 4 points. And folks, this was a great match. It was a good matchup. I thought the Blues would win. But folks, literally this match was bad. I was at the game. There were calls being called that shouldn't have been called. Like I said, in the first period, there was that high sticking that was not even high sticking. I was there. We all saw the replay. It was not even close. Then Kairu's goal gets turned back in the second period. We were even more madder. And by the way, at the end of the second, um, the um, the puck did go into the goal, but it was after the clock hit zero. We saw it. I saw it. They had the clock on the bottom of the screen, and it was literally no goal because it was after the clock hit zero, and therefore doesn't count. I don't know why a lot of fans were upset. I agree with the call. I agreed with that one. A lot of other people agreed with it, except for some Slug fans. And then Joseph, the younger Joseph, the one we drafted um, in the first round, he loses his stick. He grabs it, and right when he does, he gets called for slashing. That's stupid. Something tells me the referees were paid off either by the Wild or by ESPN. We don't know who, but someone paid off the referees. And it's ridiculous. And there were a bunch of interference calls on the Wild that weren't called. There was a bunch of cross checking and a bunch of other stuff the Wild committed, and they didn't get called for it. But the Blues did, yeah, they get called for it. But the Wild, they're like. So, Gary Bettman, if you do see this video, Fire these officials or suspend them because it's ridiculous. If enough fans complain, you had to do something. And I'm urging all fans who were at this game or watched this game, please do something. Complain, say, hey, this was not right. The officials really did mess with us. I mean, literally, I'm not going to say the word because I know there are probably kids that do watch my videos. Even though I mark my videos not for kids, I know there are kids who probably watch my videos. And more power to them. But I'm saying bull to the officials or bull crap or whatever. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say bull crap, and I'm gonna say the actual word because it's derogatory. But if enough fans complain about these officials that were at tonight's game that cost us this game, please, Garrett Bettman, do something. And I'm urging any fan that was at the game or watched this game, do something. Complain, and let's get these officials off the ice because they had no right officiating. Referee number 17 and referee number 29, you actually don't know how to officiate. You are blind as a bat. I hate to say it. You guys, both of you guys, are blind as a bat. You shouldn't be officiating. But now let's get back to the report. The final score was 4-1 after 60 minutes. The Wild beat us 4-1 unfairly. Shots on goal: the Wild 27, the Blues 28. The Wild had 27 saves with the Blues 23. Minnesota was 2 for 5 on the power play with the Blues over 2 on the power play. You guys don't deserve The Wild did not deserve those 2 points. They got it because of the referees. Next was Seattle and Nashville. Entering this matchup, Seattle was 1-2-0 and 2 points. Nashville 0-2-0 and 4 and no points. And at the end of 16 minutes, the Seattle Kraken beat the Nashville Predators by a score of 7-3. Man. Shots on goal: Kraken 35, the Predators 33. Kraken had 30 saves with the Preds 30, and both teams were 0 for 2 on the power play. About this game, good fought game. I think the Predators didn't show up. They did try their best. Seattle wanted it more. They scored more, so that's why. But overall, good game, I think, and therefore Seattle got the win. Next, San Jose at Dallas. Entering the matchup, San Jose was 1 and 1 point. Dallas perfect at 3-0-0. At the end of 60 minutes, this game was tied. Had to go into overtime. Still tied, so this had to go into a shootout. And oh boy, you know what? I forgot to put in the shutout stats. Let me get that real fast. We had a shootout. I did not put the stats in. Okay. And the results of that shootout were Dallas went 3-0, 3 for 3. San Jose 1 for 2. Basically, San Jose scored on their second attempt. It was 2-2. It was 2-1. And Dallas scored on their third attempt. It's over. And they did. So that's why. But, actually, you know what? To tell you the truth, It was actually over after the second attempt on Dallas. I don't know why they gave him a third attempt, but go figure. Now, the uh, stats I'm giving you are after overtime, from over after the overtime period. Shots on goal were the Stars 38, the Sharks 27. The Stars had 25 saves with the Sharks 36. Dallas was 0 for 4 on the power play with San Jose 0 for 3 on the power play. So Dallas picks up the extra point, puts them at 4 wins and 8 points. San Jose picks up a point. They're now at 2. And San Jose needs to get their head out of their butts. Literally, they have to. If they want to win, they got to get focused. And basically, they're continuing the same trend that they did from last year. So they better get their butts on the ball. But overall, a good fought game. I think San Jose had a good chance of winning, but they didn't do it, and therefore they fall short. Next was Chicago at Calgary. Entering the matchup, Chicago was 1-1 and 3 points. Calgary perfect 3-0, 3-0-0. At the end of 16 minutes, Calgary wins by a score of 3-1 after 60 minutes. Shots on goal, the Flames 3. Shots on goal, the Flames 26, the Hawks 32. The Flames had 31 saves with the Hawks 23. Calgary was 1 for 3 on the power play with Chicago 0 for 2. About this game. Calgary stays perfect, which is great. They fought hard. They did great. I'm glad that the Flames won. And as you know, I live in Illinois, as you know, folks, but I don't root for Chicago. I will never root for Chicago. They can pay me all the money in the world, and I will never root for Chicago. Good fought game for the Flames, and I'm happy. And finally, Philadelphia at Edmonton. Entering the matchup, Philadelphia was 1-1-0 and 2 points. Edmonton 0-3-0 and no points. This game had to go into extra period. And therefore Edmonton gets that overtime goal, wins by a score of 4-3. Shots on goal were Oilers 33, the Flyers 30. The Oilers had 27 saves with the Flyers 29. The Oilers were 0 for 4 on the power play with the Flyers 2 for 7 on the power play. Well, the Flyers did pick up a point, which is great. So now they're at 1-1-1, but the Oilers finally pick up their first win, which was great. Their first 2 points of the season. They did pick up a point, which was great. But they pick up the second point, which even helped them out better. This was a good hard fought game. Had to go into overtime. You know, Edmonton, they did a great job, and I'm proud of them. So therefore, it's great. And that will do it for tonight, folks. Tell me what you guys think. And since we made to the end of this video, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe icon and be notified every time I upload a new video by clicking that bell icon. It'll be right here. Clicking that bell icon. And if you like this video, give me that like. It helps out the channel. And so and I'll see you guys later today for the pregame reports. We got 4 games on the dock, and the Blues don't play again until Thursday. But hey, what can we do, right? As always, folks, I love you guys. Thank you very much. Please stay safe. Take care. Remember what's watching it, and I'll see you guys soon. Until then, peace.